Right, and we are live and we are back with one more episode of Transformational Thursday. This is a show that I do once a month, Thursday every month, primarily to bring amazing entrepreneurs out in the front and bring their stories out, but not from the perspective of like revenues and numbers and scaling business and funding. None of that. This is more from the perspective of who they are, what was their inspiration, and what is it that they're doing for themselves in this life. Because that's what we are all about, right? As I Thrive as a company, we work on reversing chronic diseases. We work on like really helping people bring life back into their life, and I'm always curious and interested in other people's stories. So today we have three amazing people here. We have Balasubramaniam of Heartbreak. I'm not going to introduce them as is my tradition. They will tell you who they are themselves. And we have Yogesh, we have Pradnya, and welcome to the show, you guys. Thank you so much for doing this today. All right, let's start with you, Balasubramaniam. Why don't you tell the audience who you are and what is it that you do?
Okay. See, basically, I'm a marketing guy. I was the CMO for CCTV manufacturing brand. Then I took a career break to welcome my first child. So at the time, I thought to take 1 year break, 2019 to 2020 March. I thought. Then 2020 March, lockdown started. So God is asking me to stay with my kid
Hmm.
1 more year. That's what I took it in that way, in positive way. Then 2021, my brainchild, the Heartbreak, I'm Unavoidable is a award, which means officially I started the event.
Hmm. Hmm.
Okay, this concept is we are inviting self-made and selfless people, those who are growing from ground zero to share the life journey from all walks of life, any age, any group, any country. That is what is all about. Because my motto is let's value everyone, let's recognize everyone, let's celebrate everyone. Rightly you said, if it is startup ecosystem, once you receive funding, the world will celebrate you. My question is, my question is, the bootstrap founders also equally need to celebrate. They are also doing in 2 years, 3 years, they are running the show. If it is a T1 cities that startup, the value is different. If it is a T3 city, the value is different. So I
Yeah.
am bringing both in startup side. If it is athletes, once you receive gold medal, we are celebrating. In my show, I have invited a government school physical education teacher. In his 27 years of experience, he ensured more than 2,500 students to get medal in national level, international level, zone level, state level.
Wow.
Why we are not celebrating that? Why we are not considering them as a successful people? The
Hmm.
success, the world is designed in such a way the people has been suppressed or avoided on the name of money, power, fame, profession, skill set, funding, etc., etc., etc. So, what I am trying to say through my brand slogan is this world is incomplete without you. You have to say to me, I have to say to Yogesh, Yogesh has to say to Pragya, irrespective of all differences, we need to join our hands together. Then the world is
Absolutely.
complete. What motto is empathy.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
And see, this is why I can never do a half decent job of introducing someone, right? Like what you spoke of is you would have given me, okay, I am Bala, I'm the founder of this. I would have been like, oh, this person is this, right? But this things that you just said that would never come out. So thank you so much for sharing that. I think you and I should connect because a lot of things that you said resonate a lot with me. But anyway, we'll talk about that
Yes.
separately. Pradnya, why don't you tell us who you are?
Yeah. So, firstly, thank you for inviting in this show. And I'm Pradnya. I'm founder of Store Plum. So, basically, at Store Plum, we are helping D2C brands set up their own online store and get it from there. Speaking about me, I come from a corporate background. I was into software. I have been a software
Oh,
person all my life. I had been into software for almost 17 years. And then last year, after the pandemic, sensing that online stores is what people are really looking for during the pandemic time. I think that is where we probably made it at the right time, and I along with my co-founder decided to get into this entrepreneurial journey. So from there on, we have been working towards this. Bal Subramaniam said, yes, we are bootstrapped, and we are happy about being bootstrapped. And on a personal note, I love painting and I like traveling.
nice.
So yeah, I would like to
Beautiful.
sum up to
What about you, Yogesh?
Okay, so I guess many of if somebody is joining from Pune, many of know them. But let me quickly introduce because I think we should be going faster. So I'm Yogesh Daga, having around decades I've done in technology. I know the technology very well. That's what I say, and I know how to drive business with the technology. Uh, I have founded two companies in my whole career. One is Boom.com, which is
Mm-hmm.
largest two-wheeler rental company of Maharashtra, and we are amongst top five in India. So we are based out of Pune and uh, managing around 1,500 plus vehicles on the platform with more than 25 branches. This is my one of the startup which is fully tech driven and auto. Another one is Nirmiti.io. So this is lockdown baby, where in lockdown, many of we've seen the technology and opportunity where technology can scale the business, and we have aligned ourselves in Nirmiti.io for technology and bringing the things in technology. So as of now, we have worked with many of the enterprises in the innovation, such as Films, Netflix, then Mitsubishi and Bristol. And we are working closely with startup. So Bala Subramaniam's thoughts on bootstrapping is always important, and that's how I always or our company always support to the founders who is ready to bootstrap their company on their own. So if you have the passion, then I guess you can bootstrap and you can take it to the next level. You don't need any funds. Okay, that's what I have experienced in Boom.com. Funds will all like they'll come to you. You don't have to go to the funds. Okay, so about me, what I trekking, and I love playing badminton. So these are the two things. Thank you, Mugdha, for inviting and taking this forward. That's
Oh,
it
it's such
from my
amazing.
side.
So this is what, and I think all of us are here together because the common thread is Prasad and Nikita. Uh, but this is something that for him also today is not here. He's shooting some stuff, but for him also this is a personal passion project, right? Like, just start. Let's just start telling stories of people and like whatever platforms we have within our for now limited scope. Let's just start using this to tell stories, right? Really great stories. So the second question I have for let's start with Yogesh. Okay, this time, what does being alive mean to you, Yogesh? And I'll tell you why I'm asking this question. Like I said it earlier, also, what we do at iThrive is we work with chronic diseases. We actually help reverse diseases. We prevent diseases. And in the end, right, the feeling that most of our clients are left with is like, wow, I really feel alive now, right? Like you guys have given me my life back. And to me, I know what being alive feels like to myself. From my clients, I know what they really mean when they say I'm feeling alive now. But I just want to hear what being alive means to each of you. Because when we do I thrive, like it's always we talk about health, 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 right? And then sometimes there's like this group think sound echo chamber kind of a thing that happens. So I want to hear your idea of what being alive really means to you. Let's start with you, Yogesh.
Okay, so I think in three dimensions. One is when I'm alive, that means I'm following my passion.
Yeah.
Okay, so if I'm my passion, I'm into it, and I always go for it. I enjoy that whole particular time, whatever I do. So it is about career. Another dimension is if I'm close to nature, if I'm going on a trekking or if I'm going on some vacation. So I should be very close to nature because that is where you feel alive. Because only work or only following passion will not help. Obviously. And third is health, where that is the utmost important. Where I always, after meeting you, I've always started talking about the health with the people, with the employees, and I'm motivating them. Even getting motivated from the people, which is around me and around my company.
Great.
These are
That's
the
so
three thoughts which I
grateful.
have.
What about you, Pradnya? What does being alive mean to you?
Yeah, being alive means to me being able to do what I like, or and being able to and it's not just about being able to do what I like, but it should also bring happiness to me. It should bring a sense of satisfaction to me once I've done that work, and thankful for whatever I have got until this point in life. And if I can out of whatever I have received, if I can help in uplifting someone else's life using that, I would be really, I mean, that is what really would make me more
Nice.
alive.
What about you, Balasubramaniam? What does being alive mean to you?
See, my perspective is totally different. Even my presence is here or not in this world, or in that particular place, Pune or whatever the location if you say. If the people are talking about me, means I am alive. Okay, that's my perspective. That's what I'm communicating and transforming through my heartbreak as well as empathy. Okay, if you are not in this world, if your body, it's temporary, right? Illusion. If you're not there, but still people are talking about you, that's called alive.
Alive in someone's memories and alive in someone's thoughts.
Thoughts. They have to think about you, talk about you, if you show the gratitude. So that's how you've been alive, immortal.
Nice. And I think that's how people who create something of value, whether it's a book, whether it's a piece of art, whether it's some music, like Beethoven is still alive, right?
That's what
Because
I have to say. If I'm thinking for Pragya or Pradya or Yogesh, then I'm alive.
yeah,
If I had to think for you,
yeah.
you had to think for me, then automatically we'll be alive in your minds. When I'm eating, yeah, Bala did this for me, or he talked for me, or he was with me as a moral support. That is called alive. That's my perspective.
That's your perspective. And it's a beautiful one. It's actually quite a different one also. To me personally, being alive is really about like being able to honor my values and my, like, for me, I just have two values by which I navigate this world with. One is like my consent, like I'll never violate my free will or I'll never violate anyone else's free will, and like radical honesty, like I really can't, like I think it's a brain problem but I can't tell a lie. So to be able to navigate with these two values in every moment, right, without compromising on my values, is what it really means to me to be alive. Because at a spiritual level, I know this just like this identity is just one of many, right? Like it's one body, and like once I exit this body, then I am infinite as a consciousness. It never ends. So I'm not even like, so for me, it's like as long as I'm alive in this body, what are the things that matter to me? One is, of course, my body should support me in everything I'm doing, like have the energy to like wake up and do everything that my mind has planned for the day, continue to serve my soul's purpose.
Mhm.
But it's really that, like in every moment, am I choosing according to my values? Am I living according to my values? Or am I actually compromising on myself? If I'm compromising on myself, I don't feel alive. If I'm living by my values, I feel very, very alive. And then I get all the energy and everything I need to do the work I do. But see, and like between four of us, that one question has so many different answers, right? This is the kind of conversations I think a lot of entrepreneurs should have, because people need to see, right? Like we are, sometimes entrepreneurs get put on a pedestal, right? Like people think, oh, like you have some amazing DNA and some gift from God and something landed in your lap and that made you an entrepreneur. I think, yes, we do have a higher degree of resilience and a little bit of eccentricity, like little mad we are. But uh, I think anyone can really do that if they start believing in an idea and then they start changing the narrative and the reality around them. Anyone has the potential to really be an entrepreneur itself. So then, coming to this next question, right? And we're going to start with Pradnya now. What has been the most transformational thing that you've done for yourself or for your business in the last few, in the recent past itself?
Okay. In the recent past, I would say, yes, definitely this entrepreneurial journey has been a completely out of the box thing. I mean, this wasn't something that was, of course, it was there on the cards, but it wasn't a kind of a planned thinking. Okay, this month this month this month this. So yes, that, and of very recent, along with this, I mean, as an entrepreneur, as much as we are busy with the day-to-day activities, but one thing good that I did this year and that I will always cherish is I did a all women trip to Layer this year in April, and it was a completely different experience. uh, Secondly, I would say in the past 6 months is I've not been a morning person for a long time, but in the past 6 months, especially after COVID times, I realized that okay, I'm not focusing more on the health, and I should start doing something towards it. I took baby steps, but then I faltered at it. I mean, faltered in the sense I wasn't very much consistent. So 2 months I would do, then there would be one break that would collapse all that activities. So that wouldn't happen. But this year, I would say 2022, I have been phenomenal at that. I have been very regular, touchwood, until this point, to be waking up early in the morning and doing almost a 6-7 kilometer walk in the morning. So I think that is a great sense of achievement in that aspect.
Great. Wow. And what about you, Bala Subramaniam? What has been the most transformational thing that you've done in the recent past?
See, we say transformation. I have to start with the meaning of the half brick. Then you can understand what transformation I'm doing to this world. While constructing the house, mason will pick only full brick. They'll give value, right?
Right.
Half bricks they will throw that side
Throw
corner.
them, yes.
But without the help of the half brick, the corner of the building or building itself is incomplete. That's reality. Either he will break the full brick into half pieces or small pieces. He will put between these two bricks. The half brick is telling to that mason, "I'm unavoidable." The same applies to humans as well. The humans has been suppressed as in the world design. The humans has been suppressed on the name of money, power, fame, profession, skill set, anything, caste, religion, etc., 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 etc. Mark, funding, like this. Okay. What I'm doing is transformation I'm doing to this world is I'm creating a platform named as a Raw Stories, wherein I'm inviting self-made and selfless people who are going from ground zero to share the life journey, not the success. Even last previous events, IAS has come, future IAS I have invited as a student, future CA, future scientist, and then entrepreneurs, actors, directors, advocates from all walks of life, humanitarian, lake conservationists, like this. Okay. I will ask them only one thing. You share your life journey in 15 minutes, particularly what are the setbacks that you have faced? What are the where you have been avoided or rejected in your life? How did you overcome the situation? What your brain worked those times? I want that to show to the younger generation. I don't want your success story. How do you reach this position? If it's a big entrepreneur, big last Chennai event, natural solutions owner, Mr. CK Kesar has come.
Okay.
He shared his life journey,
Hmm.
his five setbacks. How at the time his brain worked. That
Hmm.
is what needed for the entrepreneurs. How your attrition is rate is very less in your company. How did you handle those? That
Hmm.
setbacks, how did you handle? You
Hmm.
faced it, but how did you control that? How your
Hmm.
brain worked? That
Hmm.
strategy I want.
Hmm.
That is what main thing I'm asking to age group from 12 to 94, how they are
Hmm.
doing.
Hmm.
Even 12 years old, one girl, she's Vinusha, she
Hmm.
has shared her life journey. I asked her mother to stand in the stage. First, you
Hmm.
talk about how did you identify her passion in pastry.
Hmm.
Talk
Hmm.
about that for 5 minutes, then I'll allow your daughter to 10 minutes to share her life journey. Because this is what the world is required. The parents should know how to identify the passion of their kids, how she did it, how her brain worked. I asked her to talk. Both of them they shared their that has been published in our highlights video.
Wow.
Okay, if after this event, the people those who talked as a speakers, they got a very good impact in their business journey. At the same time, the personal branding.
Hmm.
That is the transformation I'm doing. Through these raw stories, I want to change this world's perception about real meaning of success. Right now,
Great.
they are in the trap. Younger generation, they are thinking that I can't achieve anything.
Yes.
Bro, listen, raw stories, what you are going through, setbacks, same, they went through the same. So at the time, their brain worked like this. You please listen that particular strategy. You just do. You no need to get afraid. Success is all yours. Success is nothing but consistent effort. Just give your choose your passion, give consistent effort. That's the transformation I did. More than 100 lives, 1 million people has been impacted through raw
Super.
stories in 8 months,
Amazing.
not even 8.
So great to hear your stories. I'm like, I sometimes I feel so proud that I'm able to host people like you, and like all three of you shared such amazing transformations done at a personal level, done at a business level. Yogesh, did we speak about your transformational journey? I remember we started with Pradnya.
No, no.
Yeah. So
Yes.
let's hear yours.
Okay. So, Bala, like, nice one. I'll just add because I was thinking of putting business thought or business transformation, but I'll go first on the people transformation. So what I've started is whosoever is in a close network of mine, or who's having the good entrepreneur capability, or they know they can do better, but they need small motivation to go further or a small push. So I was able to bring more than 5 people into this journey, and now they have started their own and making the life better of other people. That is a one
Wow.
highlighted transformation, because I feel only entrepreneur can create the jobs, create the values.
Yes.
Moreover, like not only entrepreneurs, yeah, but they can solve the real life problem which is already there. So that is what I've
we,
done, and
I mean,
I'm
it's not
proud of
just
it.
about solving real life problems. It's also about like creating new ways of doing same old. Like, people might
True.
rely on old systems which not really are the most functional. Maybe they worked well 20 years ago, 15 years ago, and then now, given how we've changed,
That's right.
we need different solutions, right? I think that's what a lot of entrepreneurs are capable of doing, like providing newer ways of doing things. Of course, the
Right.
impact that's
Because,
created in terms, yeah.
yeah, because folks were can do better in this work, and they just needed little push. So that's how I've done, and I'm being proud of it.
Great. I am so proud that you're proud of it. All right. So before we end, because we're almost at like our 12:30 deadline, any quick words of advice or words of wisdom for the people who are watching this live right now, people who might watch this later? Let's
Oh.
start with you, Balasubramaniam. Any words of advice?
Advice, nobody can give advice to anyone. I believe in it. But
Okay, words of
my,
wisdom.
my
What
perception
someone's
is,
watching this later,
yes,
what would
yes,
you want to be the
yes.
last few words that you'd want to leave them?
Yeah, I strongly believe we have this fingerprint, right? It's unique to everyone under the sun, right? I believe each and every person's skill set also. Okay, so if you improve your skill set by choosing your passion, you don't need to beg to anybody or please to anyone. You can command your salary or you can command your customers, because if honey is pure, honeybees will follow. I believe in that. I'm informing to all younger generations, all business owners, a personal life or professional life, focus on your product or service or your character.
Hmm.
Be
Hmm.
pure. That is more than enough. Once this quality, if you have, next one is empathy. If you have the knowledge, domain expertise, share, pass on to the younger generation. That is more than enough. That's what I'm doing through raw stories. We are not only making them to become a speaker in our platform, we are using their domain expertise. We are going to share their knowledge through Hobbies, the social initiatives. So that's what we are planning. The same way, I'm urging younger generations and other whole world people, please show empathy to others. You don't need to show sympathy. Don't show that, oh, what happened to you? I will give you this money, that money.
Hmm. Hmm.
Give a skill. You don't need to give money. Make him to be a skillful person if you have your domain expertise knowledge. You don't need to give money. That's what my perspective is. If you want, give food. That's what I'm trying to do through the outbreak. Let's see. This is what my thought, my perspective. I'm not giving advice. I'm just giving. Please help others.
Yeah. So, words of wisdom from Balasubramaniam. Practice empathy. Remember to be true to your essence, which is really the purest thing on this planet, and things will bend and work for you. And Yogesh, what about you? What words of wisdom or advice would you want to leave
Okay,
the
I'll
audience with?
quickly wrap up. One is, yeah, I'll quickly wrap up. One is
Yeah.
follow passion, and be consistent. And once you do all three this, help others in your path. So that's it.
All right. Great. And Pradnya, what about you?
Yeah, so I would say hustle, keep hustling, think big, and stay focused on your vision. You will definitely
Super.
achieve
So
it.
I think consistency is a word that came up quite often in this conversation. So staying true to yourself. I mean, that's something that I also spoke about when I said what being alive means to me. Like I have to be true to myself in every moment. So staying true to ourselves, not giving up, building that resilience, remaining consistent, and then when you receive something good, start giving that out also and help other people. I think that's like like all four of us have just been saying that in different words. But thank you so much, gentlemen, and the lady here. It was really lovely listening to your
Thank you.
conversations. I mean, listening to your thoughts and your ideas. And let's change the world. All right.
Yes, this world is incomplete without you
Yes.
guys. Let's join hands together. Okay.
All right.
Let's go.
Great. Thank you so much. So I'm ending the live stream now, and we should
Thank you.
meet. Like when I'm in
Yes.
Chennai the next time, I'd definitely love to come and meet you, Balasubramanian.
I'm in Bangalore actually, not in
Oh, you're in
Chennai.
Bangalore. I thought the event was in Chennai. I am
Next
coming
event
to
is in
Bangalore.
Hyderabad.
Yeah, I'm ending the live and then we'll catch up later. Okay, bye bye. All right.